Hello and welcome to day 6 of Inktober Tangles 2023, of course. Next tangle is Imaritas by Debbie New. And I have this quite challenging design here, and I'm not sure what to do. But this next tangle is, I will just sketch it for you quickly. And I'm sketching it as I'm looking at the deconstruction, so it's not like I practiced, because I don't. I've never done this tangle before. It starts with this rice shape, and then you add this ornament inside. On each side of this central line, you add these curvy lines. And then draw kind of heart shapes on each side. And then just add these leaves or petals or whatever they are. It ends up looking kind of like a flower, maybe lotus flower, resembles a lotus flower. And now I have this design and I have this flower that I need to somehow add inside. And I don't want to add 6 of them because, it would be too much. I think I will add 3 of them. So what I need to do to make space for it, or to prepare space for it, I think I will just add a very simple ribbon. So I'm drawing these 3 aura lines, and the mid one is a little bit thicker. And I will just repeat it. Now I'm repeating it on the right side of these new tangles that I did yesterday, but I will do the same on the opposite side too. And I can do it now so that the whole thing looks a little bit more balanced. And because I wasn't trying to do this very symmetrically or asymmetric at all, it might not look the same on the left side and on the right side of each of these ribbons. But it is what it is. Now I have a space that I might easier fill with this growing flower that I have here. And I will start right here. So I'm starting first with this rice shape. I'm trying again to be fearless about what I do. And I will do it here. And then again here. By doing this first 3 times, I'm trying to get more consistency and I'm trying to get similar shapes. And then I have these ornaments inside and the lines that go from the central space or the central line towards the edges. Again, just repeating the same strokes on all 3 times, on sides, I'm sorry. And then adding the lines. And then I need to add the flower shapes, the heart shapes on each side. And while I'm here, I am going to ink in the little spaces between the shapes, if there are any. So in some instances there will be more, like here I have more space on each side than I had with the previous one, but I'm working with whatever I have and trying to kind of balance out those differences. And then the next thing I need to do is draw these, well, let's call them petals, even if they're not petals. First on one side, and then when I'm done with one side, I will do the same on the opposite side. And I might not be able to add, or I might not add, even if I'm able, the same number of these petals. I will just try to eyeball what makes more sense, or how many of them make sense. And the last one, now I'll just take one more look at each of them and see if I want to add another one, maybe another one here. Maybe even here. And now the shading, and maybe even some, you know, it's really not a kind of a tangle that I would choose to place here, because this design is quite busy as it is, and I would choose something simpler. And now I will try to kind of soften or neutralize the density of these lines by adding some contrast. So I'm adding contrast by inking in this space, and I also will ink in this central part of the rice shape. So I don't want to ink everything in, because then I will lose my lines, of course, but I want to add the contrast. So this is why I'm doing this, so that not everything is white with many lines. And you know, as I said, this mandala might not look like a mandala that I would draw if I would get to choose the tangles. But even with the tangles that I don't choose, that I use because they are part of the challenge that I'm following, I hope to be able to complete a nice drawing. There's my dog drinking some water. You might hear her slurp, just so that you know what kind of strange noise you can hear in the background. So I'm done with the line work. I added some weighting, some weight to some of these lines to again add some more contrast, and then I will add some shades, and I'm adding the shades next to these hearts on the bottom, and also trying to add some dimension to these leaves. And the third space where I'm shading is next to the tangle that's positioned next to it, because I'm trying to enhance the fact that this nail is placed above. I will also shade one side of this central part. And you can see that I haven't even applied any pencil. I just had some... Oops, this was the heart. Doesn't matter. I didn't want to shade the heart, but I did. If you did the same, and if you don't want to see it, you can easily take a detailed eraser like this and just erase it. But I'm sure that even if you don't do that, it's not like it's going to be noticeable once you are done, because it will be such a complex design. Nobody will be able to notice that anything went wrong. And the third one, again the same, adding shades above the hearts and then next to Nayu, loops, and blending. And with that, I'll be finished with the day 6. Trying not to blend over these, or blend the shades over these parts which are inked in, because I might damage the surface of paper. So now you can, or I can observe this design and see, as I said, it's not like something that I would draw, or the tangle that I would choose for this particular design. It's not the problem that there is a problem with the tangle, it's just that I chose a particular format and then it's maybe a little bit too busy for my taste. But let's see what the next day will bring. This mandala is almost kind of, it's not finished yet, but it won't be too long until it's finished. And I'll see you tomorrow to see what our next day brings. Thanks for drawing with me. Bye.